Okay, the next one I had was Future of FUNARCH. So this, I'm starting a tradition, and this tradition is to have a talk like this at the end of every functional architecture workshop. And last year, Michael Sperber had a talk on the future of FUNARCH, and so I figured I would follow him. And by follow him, I mean exactly follow his slides, slide by slide. So he started with thanking Perdita, and I wanted to start thanking Christine for being my co-chair. No.
It's almost everything's.
Yes, but I didn't have the confidence to proceed until you were back. So, and then this was the program committee for this year. I also should thank Michael Sperber, who also served as like a background advisor navigating ACM and SIG plan and hot CRP and all the stuff that goes into making this workshop. I don't think any of these people are in the room. Yep, but they served their purpose and they were friendly and, responded. So, yeah. So then these are the questions Michael had from last year, and I wanted to just ask the people in this room because you're the people that showed up. And they were, is this worthwhile? Should we even keep doing it? Is it the right format? Last year they had this problem where they thought that the time relative to ICFP and other workshops was bad. That's why I think that's one of the reasons this was way at the beginning of ICFP this year. So those are the kind of questions in the air. The questions I had for this year are basically the same. So this is Pam. What do you think?
I came because the talks were interesting. Like I came to a few because but I don't know if next year the talks are different.
Yeah.
In that sense, so it depends on the talks.
Well, I mean, this year we had, 3 presentations, right? It was a pretty substantial drop from previous years. And so I'm frankly concerned if we choose to do another year, that will be even less. It'll just be me in the room yelling into the clouds about functional architecture or something. Or maybe with Michael. Yeah. Also. Any other thoughts?
I do think having it in Singapore has probably been part of the reason, because it's a bit far. It's a workshop and it's a bit far for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for me.
It also seems like this. Like this is the first time I've I've been to FUNARCH, and it seems like it's quite sort of industry heavy more than sort of academic.
I'm happy you feel that way.
And then the Singapore aspect comes into it, right? That which companies can justify sending someone here, unless they are here already.
Yeah, I also suspected the Singapore aspect, but then I went and looked at the last time ICFP was in Asia, which is 2016, because the last time it was supposed to be was the COVID year.
It's in Japan though.
Yeah, it's in Japan though. Yeah, that's true. But the workshops I saw didn't have that much of a dip. But we're relatively new. This is the third official year. Before this, there was hallway FUNARCH workshops where we would just complain about stuff. So, I'm not sure we want to continue to be co-located with ICFP.
Well, it's probably even harder to get people just to move, because if you're going to ICFP anyway, then dropping.
Yeah,
like it's easy to walk over. So.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Like Michael would say that there's lots of cross-pollination that can be had, and I agree with that, but I find that I think we're having a hard time marketing that. Also, like I was saying at lunch that, if I have an architecture thing for something at work and I wrote that in Erlang, well, I can just go to Erlang and present it there. Like I don't have to present it here, right? Same thing with Haskell, Scheme, you can, although I don't know who uses that. So, yeah, I was thinking maybe it would be better to put this workshop somewhere like in Zurich, which is already more kind of less academic and closer to industry, I would say.
And cheap.
And cheap, yeah.
Zurich is more expensive. Well,
maybe it's overly Haskell focused to put it at Zurich. Zurich's the largest Haskell gathering in the US and Europe now. I believe. It's a free,
TGRA or,
yeah, ETH,
oh, okay.
and it's a free conference.
Oh, right,
And it's usually attracts a lot of Haskell people and Agda people.
right.
But yeah, I guess I would force this workshop to be more Haskell focused. Yeah.
I think it would be interesting if FUNARC was made more targeted towards industrial, potentially even re-architecture of functional stuff. So you have an existing functional program, you analyze the existing underlying architecture and design a path where you want to go and then show issues you got getting there. I guess it's closer to like functional pros, but
Yeah.
more on the
Larger
industry
scale.
like architecture side of thing. I think that would be interesting if it would be pushed that way.
Architectural pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the deadline also, if it's a bit later, then we know who's, then people already know people who already know they're going to the conference, or maybe
Yeah.
other workshops could submit once they know that they're going anyway or something like that.
Yeah,
Cause especially, or like just also introducing like extended abstract, like
I was in that too.
extended abstract so that it's a lower
Barrier to entry.
yeah, like just give the talk about what they do without having to write and.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there should be an extended abstract and then just a presentation. Cause I think that it's a large burden to write a paper if you're in industry, you have to shape features.
So the question I was asking is because the stuff we do at work, I'm not sure they would fit into the current FUNARC part or not.
Well, when I worked in that team, we published a paper.
Right, right.
Back in the day.
But
It was a good paper to read it.
But yeah, would the stuff we do on Cabal be FUNARC parts? So
Mine's the fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
you can do the presentation
I
next year,
don't
just
know.
strike out the fun.
I think that that's actually a very good experience report. Cause there's like.
Yeah, right,
there's
but then it's
folklore
an
that-
experience report. Is it FUNARC? Is it functional
Okay,
Cabal?
FUNARC
Like,
accepts experience reports.
yeah, but then we should probably like be more aggressive in marketing in that direction. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
You actually work on large scale functional code bases and you have made changes to the architecture or whatnot, and here's your venue to present about
right, yeah. Yeah, I think that's good feedback, yeah. I also think that we hopefully get more people showing up.
And what you could also do, I'm not sure if it's useful, but instead or in addition to talks, you can also have posters that people can just look at the hallways. Like
Yeah.
there's sometimes that for students, but if you're in industry, you could also just.
I think posters are more of a student thing.
Oh yeah, but I mean, why not? And just because in industry, if you don't want to don't write a whole paper, make a poster, and then people can talk to you about it in the hallway.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know.
I'm not a fan of the posters,
Okay.
but that's just me personally. I mean, I don't have to.
Have a session with the ends, like just like the panel session, so like a poster session, so it doesn't have to be super like heavy on the organizing side, but just.
Yeah, like the last session of the workshop. Sure.
Like that.
I guess that's okay. I'm coming around.
Yeah, no. So my motivation was that you don't need to complete this ISFP or whatever for people because you can just people on the hallway anyway. They can have a look at the posters.
I also think it might be a good avenue for students.
Maybe if the students will have.
Well, I'm thinking of like a lot of PhD students are very motivated to contribute to like the OCaml compilers. And they probably have something to say about confusion and what they, how they did it and stuff.
Maybe.
I don't know if this is the right venue, but perhaps.
Like a student session, it could be like a student track and have a session for
Yeah.
students.
Yeah. And I think that also intersects nicely with some of the work Michael does. So student session, or very
As a
interesting.
student, don't usually work on like nicely circumscribed
Yeah.
problems, so you don't really interact with the parts that benefit most from a good architecture.
It's not in the large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're working on like one of the compilers or something, also originally.
Zidane, who was here earlier, was working on an enormous, like compiler for language that we use for verifying file systems. And the first couple of years, we didn't publish anything because we were in academia, and it was just like hacking on a compiler, so it could have been a good venue.
Yeah, prompt could just be, what's the stuff that's hard to change?
But you give it 12 characters. That's architecture, what you do.
We should talk about, okay, this ages
I'm
ago.
not sure if you're allowed to, but.
Maybe you can talk about how you reorganize the file, though. That was ages ago, but that was basically.
I guess the nice architectural thought would be if we ever get to changing GHC so that we don't need to customize it that much. I don't know how we need to do that to virtualize parts of it, but that's not work that has been done already, so it's hard to think about it.
Well, it's architecture, it's not necessarily done work, right?
That's true, yeah.
It could go like, if we had this architecture, this would be much better, this is where we currently are.
Have a whole workshop of ideas for things that are hard to change, but nobody has the time for.
Oh,
That's the workshop, building the will to have time.
I mean, you could try sort of to do negative stuff, like as opposed to over here we do an experience report, and this is not really worth it.
It's important,
That's all
it's
negative.
Yeah, the experience report of working on wall.
Yeah, look at Kabal,
The
this is
night
the
was dark
architecture.
and I was full of despair. Yeah. Extended.
For example, is the first workshop, the security workshop with Collocated with Popple. So that started off as a meeting for people who are interested in secure compilation, and it started off as a like, before we start actually implementing stuff, let's discuss it and see what makes sense and what doesn't. So I think like just having a bit of it be like also stuff that's not done and just experience reporting, but rather let's discuss if certain architectures or certain things would be a good idea or not would be nice. And also whether it's for students or people in industry, I don't know how much people in industry are allowed to talk about what they do, but like that aspect of getting some people who do similar stuff to discuss it before doing it. So I think like the initial idea of a workshop.
Yeah.
Like work that's not done, but work that
Yeah.
getting feedback from the community on stuff you're still up to.
Yeah, as someone who works in industry, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, only legal does, and then they just tell me. But I think that's great, yeah, feedback for work in progress.
All of sessions should be in a dark room and everybody has an eye mask.
Yeah.
So nobody can trace it back to.
Right. Okay. I appreciate your feedback, and I think this concludes FUNARCH 2025. Hopefully I'll see you next year.
Thanks, Jeff, for
Yes, next year.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for being co-chair.
Where's next year? Where's ICP next year?
I think it's somewhere in the US.
They usually announce it at the end of ICFP.
Yeah. It hasn't been announced yet. But,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was Italy, and then now it's Singapore. It's better.
North America anyway.
I'll check the prediction markets.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for like Toronto. That'd be great. Yeah. I also hope I only live like 2 hours from Toronto by car. It's like it's cheap.
Where are you located?
In Buffalo, New York.
How is it Ottawa? So any excuse to get through Canada is great.
Oh, yeah.
Next year, we can see on the website.
Thank you.
ICF people.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm here to.
Thanks, Marcus.
All
And then
these
I'm hoping
quite
that
good.
the recordings I know when you get, I
Taken from Europe.
Especially how you keep the same testing stuff good alive and have a good reason.
That was cheap.
So I'm based in Denmark, I'm working on schematic, but I have some, we have started looking for work, so,
Oh, yeah.
so in the last 7 years, I've been working in the,
Like I left Thursday at 3 AM and I arrived Friday and then.
doing compiles for smart contract language.
But I think that Singapore is a great school.
So initially Silica, before they ran out of money. And then Polygon for a while, and then yeah, the last one was Q Labs.
Okay, I actually don't know much about this. Were you using last one or?
No, we used Camel in at Silica, and then the rest of it is.
Yeah,
Which is
you're talking about the one I did?
the way I
tried it.
It is C++ done right.
I'm like,
And Camel done wrong.
no, it's not a. You're
It's like, well,
At least you're.
the point of this is that it's the way that references, the way that they handle references is smart compared to what C++ does.
Yeah.
But the only reason they have to do it that way is because they insist on keeping track of mutability.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, but then, just do a camel, and then problem solved.
But the content you don't have destructive, you need a garbage collector, I mean, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
it's so.
You need a garbage collector in Rust as well. So.
There's no garbage collector in Rust.
Well. Not use Rust.
Yeah, that's the only reason to use it, yeah.
Like that, so.
You can strip it all the way down to non-required locations.
Also,
People who obsess over, okay,
Yeah,
a
okay.
little bit more time, then, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's great, but.
yeah, also the Rust compiler makes extensive use of hand-rolled arenas, memory arenas.
Yeah,
It does allow their,
Regions or what's in arena?
it's, you take over